Hi kitties, Trinity Faye here. I am here to show you the Celtic Tarot by Christopher Hughes. This deck was printed in 2017, this year. Okay, it's got a nice magnetic box. This is going to be a deck review, not an unboxing, so just wanted to show you it's a nice sturdy box. The book is 300 and some pages. Nice thick book. Celtic Tarot. He goes into, before he shows you the tarot, beautifully laid out. He gives you the contents. Everything that's in here, the art of divination, a brief history of the tarot, mysteries of the Celts, how to use the tarot. Then he gives you the cards. I'm just going to show you one real quick. Full color cards, beautifully laid out. He gives you the upright and reverse meanings, which I absolutely love. If you watched my other videos, I'm not a fan of the books when they don't have reversed meanings. Anyway, a lot of good information. You want to read this book. Okay, even if you only read part of it, just read some of it because it's got some things in it about the cards that are very cool. I put the deck in order. I have tried to do this video a couple times today, and it just wasn't working out. Okay. I love the labels on the bottom. I love that this deck is borderless. Not a big fan of borders. He did a great job. The labels have triquetras on the end, which I absolutely love. I love Celtic lore. I love all the symbolism he put in there. And he did something else that was really cool. If you look in this major card, you're going to see a number 11, and I don't know if you can see it. In all of the major cards, he put a number, okay? And I do know what it means. You have to read the book, and he tells you what it means. But what he wants you to do is really investigate the cards, study the cards really well. Almost like he makes it fun. He makes it a challenge for you to really dive into these cards. This would be the High Priestess. The Mother is the Empress. He has a lot of phallic symbols in here. If you'll notice, the chair looks like something. Use your imagination. The Father is the Emperor, and he also, if you can see, has a number on his head. This would be the Hierophant. It's the Druid. The Lovers. The Chariot. Okay, Strength card's great. I love the Merlin as the Hermit. The Wheel. He calls it, yep, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Some of the major arcana, he changed the names. Okay, this one is the Justice, and he used a male instead of a female. The Hanged Man. Death. Equilibrium is Temperance. Also, you're going to notice in this deck, this one is the Devil, and I believe, what does he call it? The Shadow. This is actually a cool Devil card. I like it very much, so he did a good job. The Tower. When we get to the minors, you're going to see that he changed some things. He kept the swords the way they were and the wands, but the cups he turned to cauldrons, and the coins he turned to shields, which is, it's still very symbolic, and it still looks very much like what it's supposed to. The Sun. Rebirth would be Judgment. I don't know if you can see, there's a baby. This is the World. Okay, that's the end of the major arcana. Now we're going to go into the minors. Pretty cool Ace of Cauldrons, which would be the Ace of Cups. Two of Cauldrons or Cups. 3. There is a lot of nudity, so if you're offended by that, then maybe it's not the deck for you. That's the 5 of Cups. Some of these cards, that's the 6, when I went to look through the book, because I just got the deck last night, I haven't had a chance to read the entire book. This card, like for a perfect example, this card kind of confused me. There's a head on a platter and there's a man sleeping in the background, and I was like, whoa, what is this? So I had to go to the card pictorial key inside the book and read it. It's not that it's terrible or anything, it's just that I wanted to know what he was gearing at with that type of symbolism. And it explained it to me. Nudity, King of Cups. I think he did a wonderful job on the deck. I mean, there may be a few cards that, you know, I wasn't doing jumping jacks over, but hey, he still did a beautiful job. Look at, I love this 3 of Swords. I don't know if you could see, but there's faces on the tops of these swords, which I just think is fantastic. These, one thing and I'm not picking on anybody because it's nobody's fault, it's just the way things were put together. The box, like the paper on the box kind of, I noticed, frays a little bit, so you might have an issue with that. I don't know, maybe when it's getting shipped or whatever, it weakens it. A couple of my cards stuck together, and in the corners it took some of the color off, so I was a little disappointed, but not disappointed enough to have to go get another deck. I mean, it didn't take away from it that much. It happens with a lot of decks, so it's nothing against anybody. I'm not picking or anything. It happens. Whether you order them or you go buy them in the store, even if you get them in a metaphysical shop, you know, they have to have it shipped to them. So stuff happens when it gets shipped, as long as it's not something that's going to mess up your cards real bad and distract you, it's fine. Now, he did pretty damn close to Rider-Waite symbology. Now, as I said, and you have seen already, there are some things he changed a little bit. Some of the names, cups or cauldrons, coins or shields, that's okay. They still look great. There's another phallic symbol, the Queen of Wands sitting in her penis chair, which I think is kind of cool. The King of Wands also has a penis chair. You know, what he says in the book when I started to read, because he offers a lot of good info in this book. Really, he does, and I didn't even go through the whole thing. He really wants you to look at these cards and pretend that you're in the scene and see what you get out of it. See what you notice all around you. Dive into the picture and pretend you're there. And see what's all around you. See what's surrounding you. See what grabs you, what sticks out. I put these in order because when I did the first 3 videos, let me say, they were not in order, and I just kind of felt like I wanted to see them in order, and I'm sure you guys would too. So with that being said, there's one other thing I want to add. In the book, he also writes down that you should take the Fool card and stick it at the top or off to the side, and then take the next, all the major arcana cards that come next, and put them 7 cards in a row, and you'll get 3 lines. So you'll have the Fool card, then you'll have the next 7 major, 1 line, the next 7 major, 1 line, the next 7 major, 1 line. So you'll have 3 lines, 7 cards in each, and to really look at the journey that he's about to embark on as the Fool. And that's how you can really dive into just the major cards. And then you start to go through your minors little by little. Anyway, this is the Celtic Tarot by Christopher Hughes. He also has a Facebook page. When I went online and looked it up, and I believe it's called the Celtic Tarot Facebook page. Anyway, there's a little bit of info on there, and it also has a little bit of information about when he was about to put it out and everything. He was very excited about it. And Christopher, you did a fantastic job. It's a beautiful deck. I wanted everybody to see it because there's not a lot of videos out yet, and I think it's fantastic. I think the guidebook is going to help a lot of people, especially beginners. So with that, this is Trinity Faye with a magical review of the Celtic Tarot. Have a lovely day.